Brazilian GP, Hamilton gifted victory after Verstappen clashes with backmarker Lewis. Hamilton has won the Brazilian Grand Prix despite having a pace disadvantage to Red Bull's Max Verstappen for much of the race. Mercedes has also picked up its fifth consecutive Constructors' Championship after a tough day for Ferrari. Verstappen was leading comfortably after perfecting his strategy, staying out on the super soft tires for 35 laps. He then pitted for the soft tires and emerged behind Hamilton after he had made his way past the two Ferraris and Valtteri Bottas in the opening sequence of laps. The Dutchman stayed out 16 laps longer than Hamilton and was easily able to overtake him on the soft tires, as Hamilton was running on the mediums. As he was extending his gap to the five-time champion, Verstappen found himself spun around by Esteban Ocon. Ocon was attempting to unlap himself and go around the outside of the Red Bull at turn 1. As Verstappen turned in, there was no room for both of them, causing the duo to spin and allow Hamilton to follow through retake the lead. Verstappen fell 5 seconds behind Hamilton and tried to close in on the Briton despite sustaining heavy bodywork damage in the incident. He managed to pull the gap down to 1.5 seconds, but couldn't do enough to regain the position from Hamilton. Ferrari saw its last hopes at some glory in 2018 vanish as Mercedes wrapped up the Constructors' title. It did get one car onto the podium, as Kimi Räikkönen crossed the line in third holding off Daniel Ricciardo, who recovered after taking a 5th-place grid penalty after qualifying. Ricciardo also stayed out on his super soft tires and had a distinct pace advantage to his rivals when he rejoined the track. The Australian had to fight hard to get past Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas, but managed to do so on laps 46 and 59 respectively. Bottas, who was aiming to win his first race of the season, struggled in the early stages of the race. The Finn managed to jump Vettel off the line for second place, but couldn't challenge Hamilton and soon found himself behind Verstappen. Ferrari also took time to get their soft tires working at the start of the race. Vettel pitted on lap 28 for the medium tires but couldn't keep up with the cars ahead. He pitted towards the end to fit super soft tire in an attempt to do something different, but to no avail. Charles Leclerc had a lonely race and was untroubled for most of the Grand Prix. The Monegasque driver picked up another 6 points for himself and Sauber, while his teammate, who started in 7th place, retired after his car lost aerodynamic performance with bodywork issues. Haas, who has looked strong all weekend, wrapped up the event with both cars inside the top 10. The American squad came home in 8th and 9th, with Romain Grosjean heading teammate Kevin Magnussen. Sergio Perez took the final point for Force India. Lauda determined to be at Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Red Bull advisor Dr. Helmut Marko claims Niki Lauda is determined to travel to Abu Dhabi for the final Grand Prix of the season. The Mercedes team member and former Formula One driver is currently recovering from a lung transplant earlier this year. In October, Lauda left the hospital, but doctors confirmed his rehabilitation and recovery would remain intensive. The 69-year-old fell ill while on holiday in Spain and flew straight to Vienna General Hospital, where it was confirmed that his lung issues weren't related to his bad crash in 1976. Bernie Ecclestone talked about the three-time world champion in early November and said he wanted to be back in the paddock for the final race of the season. Marko has spoken to Lauda and explained his current situation. "I talked to Niki. And he is determined to make his comeback in Abu Dhabi. He has already organized a doctor to accompany him," Marko told Blick. At the moment, Niki cannot even manage a step without help. He could not even hold a walking stick. But we know him. When he sets a goal, he goes for it mercilessly. As in 1976, after the fire incident on the Nürburgring. His burned body cried out in pain for rest, relaxation and patience. We know after 40 days he training in Monza in a Ferrari. After 42 days he finished fourth at the Italian Grand Prix. It was one of the biggest comebacks in sports history. And that's why I trust Nicky in everything. The race in Abu Dhabi takes place in just over a week's time. Mercedes has already won both world championships, while Valtteri Bottas still has work to do in the fight to finish fourth ahead of Max Verstappen. Wolf, 5 Mercedes titles not possible without Hamilton. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff says that Mercedes couldn't have won 5 world championships without the extraordinary Lewis Hamilton. Mercedes picked up its 5th championship in 5 years last weekend at Brazil following Hamilton's victory. Mercedes dominated proceedings in the first 3 years of the turbo-hybrid era, but faced a challenge from Ferrari in both 2017 and 2018. However, the Silver Arrows came out on top, as did Hamilton against 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. When asked if Mercedes would have the same success without Hamilton, Wolff replied, "No, we wouldn't have won 5 championships. He's an extraordinary driver and an unbelievable personality, human is the right word, and therefore he has been an integral part of the team. He's at the forefront of the car. There are many other exceptional people who have contributed to the success, but clearly it wouldn't have gone without him and it wouldn't have gone without others either." Mercedes faced an increased challenge from Ferrari in 2018, however the Scuderia's fight dropped off in the second half of the year. While Hamilton's teammate Valtteri Bottas didn't contend for the driver's title, Wolff says that his influence in the constructors' fight was enormous. Valtteri's contribution was enormous, Wolff said. Until the Baku incident where he lost 25 points, he was properly in the fight for the championship. Since then it has gone against him and he's kept his dignity and played a big role in supporting the team without losing his stature as a racing driver and as a racing driver that can win. I think it's an enormous mental struggle to know that you can't win anymore and you need to support your teammate, and he's achieved that. I think he will come back strong next year and will give Lewis and all the others a run for their money. Albon on Formula E entry list amid Toro Rosso rumors. Alex Albon has officially been included on the Formula E 2018-19 entry list amid rumors that he could make a move to Toro Rosso in Formula 1 next season. The Red Bull Junior squad is yet to announce who will take up its second seat alongside Daniel Kvyat. Albon recently skipped Formula E testing in Valencia as the Toro Rosso rumors began to pick up. The Thai racer has competed in Formula 2 for the last 2 seasons and is currently second in the standings, and is the only driver that can deny George Russell the title in Abu Dhabi. Nissan confirmed in September that Albon would come in alongside the 2014-15 champion Sebastian Buemi. Toro Rosso has made no indication yet who will get the second seat, but it is believed that Albon and current racer Brendan Hartley are the 2 contenders. The 2018-19 season of Formula E is set to kick off in Saudi Arabia next month. The season will see the debut of the Gen 2 car, which includes a number of changes including being able to run the full length of the race, meaning drivers will not have to pit to change cars mid-race.